The Niners have 9 road trips this year. Let's talk about them a little bit. I haven't been to a lot of these places, but I'm going to go to some of them this year. I'm excited for some of them. So let's talk about them.
Yeah. So for me, anyone who didn't see my original airing with you, like I have a bucket list item where I'm attempting to go to all the NFL stadiums. The map behind me, that shoulder there, has the pins in it of places that I've been. A lot of repeats because these stadiums keep moving. It's annoying. But anyway, I am attempting to check them off one by one. So this is of high interest to me. And I start to look at things from a foodie aspect when I'm in town. Yeah. I'm a fan. So I want to be able to eat good food. If there's a game in New Orleans, hello, I'm there. Yeah. I want to eat New Orleans food. Give me more. I am following my stomach there. Stadium history, the cool factor. Lambeau Field. I can't wait to go to Lambeau Field.
I've been to Lambeau Field twice.
I missed the opportunity where you were there. I went to every other playoff game that year when you saw that, but I'm kind of glad that I wasn't there in sub-zero temperatures.
Oh, so cold. So cold.
Opposing fans, and that can be positive or negative. I have come across some amazing fans in my journey around the nation, and I have run into some that are quite unpleasant right here in my backyard in Portland. Matchup quality. So you got to look at, what's it going to look like? So for me, Chicago game, that varies widely. Good storyline. So those are my key considerations. When you're looking at the schedule and deciding where you're going to go as a journalist, not as a fan, what do you look at?
Just the city. And is it a downtown stadium? Because if it's not a downtown stadium, then I got to stay near the stadium, not near downtown. And it's not going to be fun.
Like Dallas.
Yes. Dallas stinks. I've been to the Dallas stadium. It was not fun. Didn't like it.
Amazing stadium though. I mean, it blew.
It looks like a space station on the moon. So if that's your thing, then it's very impressive in that sense. But to me, I think Lambeau looks a lot cooler. Lambeau has history and style and brick and stuff. But anyway, what I look for is, first of all, is New Orleans on the schedule? Because is New Orleans and New York on the schedule? I can't pass those up. They're the 2 best cities in America that are not the Bay Area, in my opinion. So you gotta go. They have the same caliber of food scene as the Bay Area, if not better. It's a lot of fun. I mean, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome is downtown. That's a lot of fun. The one in New York is in Jersey. That's not cool, but I'll stay in Manhattan and just take a train out there. It's not convenient, but it's fun. Yeah. So those two are they on? And New Orleans is a lot. The other one is Seattle every year. I love Seattle. I didn't grow up going there, but going there the last 10 years, it's a lot of fun. They have a downtown stadium. You can walk from the hotel to the stadium and back, which I like to do. Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle for me is right here in my backyard. So that's one that I try to go to every year. That's a good one. All right. So I wanted to rank these, take out the divisional ones and rank those separately because we play those every year. So for me this year, those 3 are pretty easy. LA is number 1 because new quarterback. I want to see Stafford play last game of the year. So the storyline is fantastic. And the new stadium. I mean, I was planning to attend last year. Obviously things changed. That devastated. I was going to go to New York. I'm with you on that. That city, amazing. I was going to get to stay in New York for a week in between 2 games and check off 2 stadiums. Even though it's the same stadium, I still have to go twice because it's the Jets and the Giants. I'm glad I didn't because I maybe would have ended it all after seeing what happened in New York to our players. But I did miss out on that last year. So for me, LA number 1, then Seattle. Seattle gets a bump for me in that, to me, and I don't want to be disparaging here, but those are the least friendly fans I have come across in the NFL.
I've never done the whole fan tailgate thing, so I just walked through it. It seems like a lot of people out, and it seems like a party, but I don't know how civil and hospitable they are.
Not always civil. I was there for that NFC Championship game and just got 1 ticket, so was there by myself and had a negative experience, let's say.
Okay.
So that sticks with me. But it's a beautiful city, beautiful stadium, and it's a healthy rivalry, right? So the fandom it's easy to see where the dislike comes from. And then Arizona, because to me it's like a bowl of vanilla ice cream. It just doesn't really excite me in that way.
All right. I always kind of like Scottsdale. It is like vanilla ice cream, but my dad would take me for spring training. And I always kind of liked the whole spring training vibe, people coming from all over the country. I liked it. I don't know. I mean, it's It's definitely vanilla though, but it's like vanilla bean, kind of like Haagen-Dazs vanilla, like the good kind of vanilla.
There's nothing wrong with a bowl of vanilla ice cream, Grant.
There's a little,
sometimes it's what you need. It's comfort food.
I kind of like Phoenix more than I'm willing to admit. I know there's nothing cool about saying it, but I kind of like. I'm looking forward to the trip to Phoenix this year. I'm just saying.
Are you going to retire there at age 45, Grant?
No. But a lot of baseball players live in Phoenix because spring training and the weather, and you can play baseball there all the time. Yeah.
Great place to
I'm
live
just saying.
if you like the warm weather, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got 6 non-divisional away games. I'm interested to hear your take on these. I've got a reason for each, but Tennessee, Jacksonville, Cincy, Chicago, Philly, and Detroit.
Tennessee's I like. I've been to Nashville before. Nashville's a lot of fun. I've only been once, but it's like the way I thought of it is a lot of nightlife, like bars with live music, and it's not like a cover band. It's country music, which is not my thing, but
right.
They're all good. I mean, they're all people that are trying to make it. It's a cool scene. I mean, I'm into country music when I'm into Nashville. I'll go. It seemed like a lot of fun. I mean, most bars don't have that kind of stuff going on. So it's a lot of people. It's a whole scene. It's fun. I like Nashville. I'm definitely going to Nashville this year. Definitely going. That's for Christmas.
Top on my list.
Yeah,
December 23rd, I think it is. Yeah. But that one is one I'll have to bring my wife to because we'll probably have to do Christmas in Nashville.
Same. Then the Niners are playing in Chicago this year. I've never spent a lot of time. I've never really spent time in Chicago, so I want to do that. I want to go to Chicago just for the city, not for Soldier Field or for Justin Fields or the storylines. I just want to go for Chicago. See what that's all about.
Yeah, that one's lower on my list, but if it changes and the storyline changes, if we have Fields against Lance, I'm all in on that game. Otherwise, the food is a good draw. I'm a big fan of pizza of any kind, so Chicago-style pizza, I'm in. But it's not as high on my list as one might think.
And there's Philly. I mean, I was in Philly a couple of years ago, and it didn't seem like the place that I needed to come back to 2 years later. But it was interesting. I mean, it's a very old city. The streets are narrow. The buildings are 400 years old. I was very disappointed by the cheesesteak I bought, but I think I got the wrong one.
Ooh, you got to try that again because there's some winners.
I blew it. So I might skip that one this year. I've got that one down at 5 out of 6. Cheesesteaks are a big draw. That will bring me in. But for me, it's the matchup is the problem. I don't anticipate the Eagles being true contenders in the NFC this year, and it's an early season game. I would rather see a game in Philly in the snow. Most East Coast open air stadiums, I'd rather see them in the snow because it feels more storybook to have gone in that regard. And the fans there are certainly known for being a bit ruckus. Then there's Jacksonville. I mean, I've never been to Jacksonville. I don't plan on going to Jacksonville this year. I might go to Jacksonville. I mean, it's warm. It's in Florida. That's about all you can say.
So for me, this jumps up to number 2 on my list. This will be a game that I'll be at. It is, I agree, the least exciting city in the NFL landscape.
Like, if you knew people out there, I'd definitely go.
Yeah.
I would kick it with people in Jacksonville. I got no problem. But I don't know.
It is, Florida and not the part of Florida that you generally would visit. I don't know about the
southern part. I know it's the northern part, but
the
more north.
God knows what you.
I always heard the more north you go, the more southern it gets in Florida.
Yeah, as you get to the Florida Panhandle, then things get sketchy.
That's right.
But it's the rookie year of the next transcendent QB. So storyline wise, like I wish I could say I was at one of Andrew Luck's rookie year games. I wasn't, but I'd like to be able to say that for Trevor Lawrence.
That's cool. I like that. That's a good answer. What else? Cincinnati.
Some chili.
I've never been to Cincinnati. So the novelty of never having been there. It's an interesting old school Midwest town. I've been to Cleveland. Cleveland I thought was very charming. So I would be interested to see what Cincinnati's like.
Yeah, this is third on my list because it's a great football town, great football state. I'm a bummer that it's not really driving distance to Canton, but I've been to Canton, and so that's good. But I think Cleveland is. If you hit a game and you're able to see the Browns, then you can do the Canton visit and tie that in. The food's interesting but questionable. I'm down with putting chili on my hot dog. Chili on my spaghetti is a bit odd.
Do that?
Yeah, that's their thing, chili on spaghetti. And they like to add cinnamon to their chili, which also...
Well, I don't have a problem. Dude, chili on spaghetti is a damn shame. I'm sorry.
Weird.
The quarter Italian inside me does not allow that. Sorry.
Plus, I'm excited to see Joe Burrow running around, getting chased by our D line, and maybe making Cincy regret not drafting Penei Sewell.
Okay, one more. Is it Detroit? Is that it?
Yeah,
Or two more?
Detroit is the last one. Detroit.
Okay, I've never been to Detroit. My favorite novelist is Elmore Leonard, who's a crime. I mean, he wrote Rum Punch, which was turned into Jackie Brown. 310 to Yuma was him. He wrote a lot of stuff that got turned into movies, but a lot of his best novels take place in Detroit. So just for the sake of reading about seeing where I've been reading about, but the neighborhoods he described are always really awful. And it sounds like when you go to Detroit, you spend all your time in that huge mall called the Ren Center. So I might skip that one this year too. I don't know.
Yeah, Detroit. So I have been there and have some friends that are from Detroit, and they'll make fun of the city as well. I mean, it is, the home of Motown. And to me, Motown is one of the greatest genres ever. And it's the first game of the year, so there's some draw. If I hadn't been, I might consider it. But to me, there's the likelihood Jimmy's not going to play well. You've got Jared Goff at quarterback, so not necessarily a matchup that I want to see. It does have an underrated food scene. If you haven't been to Detroit, it has a good food scene. Detroit pizza,
That's what I heard.
Style pizza.
That's what I heard.
Good Lord, Grant.
It's good. I heard Detroit pizza is good. I've never really had it, but I've heard very good things about Detroit pizza.
Get your hands on a cast iron pizza, Grant, and go to town.
Nice. I heard it's kind of like focaccia, a little bit like focaccia. I like focaccia.
Yeah, it is.
It's got that.
Yeah, it's got that crispiness on the exterior of the crust. It's fantastic.
I want to go to Detroit someday, and the fact that I just don't think I'm going to go this year, but week 1, that's a reason in and of itself.
Yeah.
Week 1 of the season, at least it won't be freezing cold in Detroit. Not that you go outside, apparently. I don't know. I heard you don't go outside in Detroit.
It's an interesting city. Yeah. It's a city that I hope gets revived because it's a beautiful city, but it's also half abandoned, or at least it was when I was there. It suffered and hasn't really recovered. So maybe it needs the tourism dollars. People go visit Detroit, spend your hard-earned Bay Area money.
It needs some industry beyond the auto industry. But one thing, in terms of Midwest cities that are surprisingly interesting and beautiful, I can't talk about Detroit, but one that is not on the list this year that is A+. People may not know Pittsburgh. Gorgeous city. There's all these different rivers. They converge. It is gorgeous. The football stadium is right across a river. You walk, the whole city walks over together. You can see it's super nice. Pittsburgh.
Very, very knowledgeable fan base. That's one I've been to. Three Rivers. I mean, just a beautiful. It's very much like Portland in that regard. Right there on the river, tons of bridges. I mean, great food scene there in Pittsburgh. They know how to eat. Be prepared to put on a couple of pounds when you go to Pittsburgh. They like to throw.
And then one that I miss, St. Louis.
Say that one more time.
One I miss is St. Louis, man. St. Louis was great. That's another Midwest town. They have a great food scene. They got an Italian food scene, but never again. Not for food.
No.
Sorry to cut you off on Pittsburgh. Go back to Pittsburgh. I got excited about St. Louis.
I was just getting excited over saying that they throw fries in their sandwiches. There's that whole phenomenon, which goes back to if you're in Pittsburgh, be ready to eat, be ready to put down. But it's a walking city. So you can stay in downtown, walk across the river, go to the stadium. The baseball stadium's right there. Beautiful. Good pull, Grant. Good pull.
Dude,
that's one that
you think Pittsburgh is Midwest? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not that far from Cleveland. It's not that far from Youngstown. It's quite far from Philly. Yeah. I don't know. But I'm not from out there. You tell me. I always thought that they did not consider themselves East Coast in Pittsburgh.
Geography is not my strong suit, so I'm going to defer to you. That's why I've got the map behind me. I gotta look at it.
Matt, we got to wrap this up because I got to go write a breaking news about Benny Fowler. But Matt says Niners are supposed to line up 21 personnel and run the ball 40 times a game. We really need Julio. Old Julio equals Sammy Watkins always hurt. Yeah, that was one of the things I said. But hey, man, if Kyle wants Julio, he's going to use Julio. I guarantee that. Yeah, it's not like he's going to trade for him and be like, oh, I don't need you. I forgot.
I think he likes having the various packages that he can go to, and then we all complain that there are underutilized players like Juice.
What are you talking about? Then what is it? What is it then? Yes, it is. I'm right. You're wrong. Get the hell out of here. All right. The show is over, but we're going to plug up a few things. Can you explain what people should do with 49ersmailbag@gmail.com?
Yeah, absolutely. So I got to thinking that I would like to make a little run at opening my own channel. So you can find a YouTube channel for Rob Schuh, SCHUH. It will only have one video, and it's a weird video because it's my Princess Bride parody video, which was a parody of the Battle of Wits scene from The Princess Bride. If you're not old like me, you probably haven't seen it, but it's a cult classic.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. Watch the movie if you haven't seen it. It holds up well.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. The Battle of Wits scene is epic. So if you rewatch that 5-minute scene and then watch my video, it'll make a heck of a lot more sense. It's slow starting, so you got to bear with it. Anyways, that's the only video that's on there right now, but there will be future videos. So send your questions into 49ersmailbag@gmail.com. When I have accumulated enough good questions, I will put together a video of me answering those, try and throw in some creative things when I can. And throw it on the channel. I'm sure Grant will do me the favor of retweeting it so you'll all get to see it, subscribe, like this video to show Grant how much you like videos when I'm in it. Because I always forget to like videos. Like
videos. Yeah, like this video right now. Yeah, the funny thing about that parody was when I was in high school as a sophomore, I was 15. I was in a performing arts class and we had to do a monologue. Guess what I did?
No way. You did.
I did. So I was like, oh man, we have so much in common. Like I did this when I was 15 in 2004. Yours was better though. Mine was pretty bad. But
yeah, well, you were 15. I
was 15 and it was not on camera. I think I got a solid B+ on that one. Thank you, teacher.